Hey there, how are you? I am Dr. Calm, and I know that you requested this appointment because you're dealing with some anxiety and stress from what I saw in your intake form. Okay, yeah, I just want to let you know that I am here to listen, and don't worry, I am not judging you in any means. I do want to start with a few questions. Do you mind if I take some notes in my journal? The only reason I ask is because for future sessions, I just want to make sure I have everything documented and written down so we can see if there's any improvement happening, if it's getting worse, if we, need to circle back to some of these things. I just want to make sure that we have it properly documented. You don't mind? Okay. Let me just start by writing your name. Okay. And your last name? Okay, perfect. And what's your date of birth? Oh, you have a birthday coming up? Well, happy early birthday. It's exciting, isn't it? I love birthdays, my favorite. Okay, and then have you seen a therapist before? Have you gone to therapy? No? Okay. Well, I'm really glad that you're here because it's never too late to start. Okay, I want you to do a couple things for me. This is just a vision test. So if you could just look over here for me. Okay, and then what I want you to do is you're going to follow the tip of my pen. Do not turn your head. Keep your head still. Just follow with your eyes, please. Okay. Good. Good. Great. Just wanted to make sure that you weren't having any issues with your eyes. Good to know that you're not. Okay, so let's dive in. So you've been anxious about money. Is that what's going on? Okay, so you are currently unemployed. You're looking for a job. Okay, well, in today's world, a lot of people are looking for jobs, and money is just everyone's problem currently. So don't put so much stress on yourself. It's great that you are looking for a job. It's great that you are going out there and putting forth the effort into it. That's the first step, okay? If you were at home, sitting down, being lazy, whilst also being unemployed, that would be more of a problem. But because you're being extremely proactive and you're going out there and you're looking, I commend you for that. And that's a great start. Yes. Okay. So you said you're having some family problems too, correct? Okay. I did see on your intake form, you did kind of mention family strain, some family issues. Can you just, go through that and kind of tell me what's going on with that? Okay. Right. It's pretty crappy, if you ask me. But I just want to let you know you are completely and 100% accepted here. There's no judgment. There's nothing. Everyone is loved. Everyone deserves love. I get it. Being, a part of the LGBTQ community can come with its tough times, Family and friends, they don't really understand. And so instead of asking questions, they immediately don't really want to talk about it and push you to the wayside. But I want to let you know that there are more people out there that love and accept you than there are who don't. And I commend you for the fact that you have decided to no longer speak to your parents after what you have told me that they did. That's pretty terrible, if you ask me. Yeah. So, you are accepted and you are loved here. So you said you were also having some relationship problems. I saw that you said that you and your boyfriend were going through some issues. Okay. Oh, I can see where the issue is. Okay. Infidelity is absolutely one of the worst things to go through. I don't think anyone could ever really explain that feeling because each person is different. And so the betrayal hurts different to everyone. Some people, go out and they cheat on their partner to get revenge. But at the end of the day, that doesn't fill the void. That doesn't fix the feeling of not feeling good enough, and it does not repair the relationship. Now, you do want to repair it or you don't? Okay, you do. Well, can you tell me a little bit about your boyfriend? What has he done to reassure you that this was a one-time thing and that he's not going to step out again? Okay. Okay, so you've asked him to be more transparent about his phone. And what's his response to that? Oh, okay. Okay. So his response is basically, why aren't you over it yet? Because it happened a month ago. Right. Okay. Unfortunately, your boyfriend is not in charge of how long it takes for that betrayal wound to heal. Unfortunately, I think that is something that he needs to realize. Does he go to therapy? He does not. He refuses. Okay. So he's not someone who likes to talk about his feelings, is what you're saying. Okay. Right. I'm kind of putting the picture together. So what you're saying is basically he apologized and thinks that that's enough. Okay. I'm going to give you an analogy to use for him. Okay. So I'm going to need you to get just a water bottle, a plastic water bottle. I want you to crinkle it up. Okay. And then I want you to show him the water bottle and tell him to say sorry to it. And when he does that, ask him if that fixed it. He's going to say no. Okay. Kiss the water bottle. Does that fix it? No. Right. Okay. Tell him to not say anything to the water bottle. Does that fix it? No. Okay. So the only thing that's really going to help that water bottle is if you go and fill it up with water. Okay, so he needs to fill your cup back up to make you feel whole again. Right, because betrayal makes you feel you're not good enough, makes you think what's wrong with you. And the thing is, betrayal is all about the other person and nothing to do with you. Okay? People will cheat even if you are perfect, even if your body's perfect, your hair, your teeth, you do everything around the house, you take care of them, in those ways. And there's really no way to stop someone from betraying you, correct? Yeah. So I want you to know here that you are not the problem. You being betrayed and having feelings about being betrayed is not the problem. The problem is your partner's inability to be able to see the damage that their actions have caused. And that's very unfortunate. I definitely recommend therapy for him. I think there is probably more underneath the surface that he needs to deal with trauma-wise. And yeah. But right now we're just going to stick to focusing on you. So how did the betrayal make you feel? Explain to me, what about it didn't you feel good enough for? Physically, emotionally, both? Okay, a little bit of both. Okay, so this wasn't really an emotional infidelity. It was slightly. Okay, it was with a coworker at work, you said, right? Okay. And that's one of the most unfortunate ones because they are around these people, and either you tell them to quit their job or you kind of have to give this person trust, which is hard, especially after infidelity. My things are, what is something that he can do that's going to reassure you? You did say, like, being transparent about his phone and leaving that around when he's not in the room, right? Okay. You said he also brought his phone to the bathroom all the time. Yeah, I personally think that that is a red flag. Someone who is constantly glued to their phone next to them. They don't really let anyone else see it or near it or any of that. I do believe that someone is hiding something when that's the case, you know? So he's been better about it. Okay. It's just something you have to remind him about. And how does that make you feel? Okay. I mean, I get it. I would not want to have to remind somebody all the time about something they did to me. They should come to you, you know, completely willing to do all of these things without being prompted to do them. So I completely get it. I do. It's a terrible feeling to be dealing with the betrayal and then to kind of be dealing with the fact that you think that your partner doesn't care about the betrayal and what it did to you. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Now, I want to circle back to the family thing. So when you came out to your family, what was their reaction? Oh, wow. Well, I would like to just apologize for them. I'm absolutely sorry. And I'm appalled by that behavior. You letting them know who you are and they threw your stuff out on the front lawn. That's betrayal also. So at the current moment, I definitely understand why all of these betrayals are deeply affecting your view of yourself, your security, and all of these insecurities kind of are bubbling up, like not being good enough. And I just need you to know that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are safe, and the only person whose opinion of you should matter is yours. So if you know you're a good person, you go out of your way to help others, you are a loving, caring individual, then anybody who throws you to the wayside based off of meaningless things like who you're attracted to does not need to be in your life. Absolutely not. No. Okay, I'm just going to jot some of this stuff down, okay? Yes, continue telling me about your family. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How are your siblings reacting to all of this? Are they okay with it? Mm-hmm. Have you talked to your siblings since the dispute with your family? Oh, okay, so they've reached out. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know that not all hope is lost, and you're not alone. The thing is coming out of any kind is a adjustment for everyone. Now, I'll never defend how your parents acted at all, because no person should ever throw their child on the front lawn. That should never be a reaction to anything. So, my thing is this. What I want you to understand is that this is a shock to them at the current moment. they are probably worried about you and about how the world will react to you. But again, pushing those feelings onto you and pushing you away isn't the way to do it. Absolutely not. And this is where emotional intelligence comes in, and being able to speak about your feelings and being able to articulate how you feel about something without making harsh decisions, without being overly aggressive or defensive, is a skill that is learned. Not a lot of people are born with it, just to let you know. Yeah. So just how your boyfriend is very defensive, it's not really anything to do with you. It's everything to do with something in themselves. That kind of accountability is triggering something that is causing your boyfriend to react this way, or your parents. And they're projecting these feelings in a way that is being put onto you by how they're treating you. Yeah. And it's absolutely wrong. I completely agree. So let me just ask you, when was the last time you were employed and where did you work? Okay, you worked at a bank and you were there for 4 years. Okay, and what were you doing? Were you a bank teller? Did you process loans? What were you doing there? Okay. You were the bank teller supervisor? Oh, okay. That's a pretty decent job. So did they just lay you off? Were you fired? Like, how did that go about? Oh, understandable. They did layoffs. I get it. Right now, it is a very uncertain time when it comes to jobs and money. I get it. But you have great experience. A bank teller supervisor, you were in a management role. That is a great start. Would you want to go back to working in a bank, or were you thinking something different? Oh, okay, you're finishing up your degree? What's your degree in? Oh, computer science. What did you want to do with that? Okay, so you wanted to go into like software development. Okay, that's great. Wow. When do you graduate? Okay, so you're graduating at the end of this year. Well, we're pretty close, so that's great. Well, that is good. And then I'm sure a whole bunch of job opportunities will soar, And if you're going to school and you need like more flexible hours, there are things like DoorDash or Uber, one of those kind of things where you can kind of make your own hours and make your own schedule. And that way it's not going to interfere with your schooling, finishing that up so you can move on with the rest of your life. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, our session is coming to a close, but I am going to recommend that we do 1 to 2 sessions a week, maybe just for the first month, just to really, I just think there's a lot on your plate right now. And I think, yes, talking to family and friends and all of that, can help. But I think having a therapist, really, they have expertise on how to deal with anxiety and stress that friends and family just don't really know how, right? And we do take your insurance. So, okay, can you do me one favor? Do you think you can get your insurance card out? Just let me know who the insurance provider is and what the number is, the member ID. Okay. Excelis, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, you said? Okay. And the number. 23679. Okay. 4. Okay. 913. Okay. Perfect. So I will submit that claim into your insurance. And when would you like to schedule? Let me just pull up my schedule actually real quick. I just want to make sure that I don't overbook, because that would be awful for you and me. Okay. So at the current moment next week, I have Wednesday at 11 a.m., 2 p.m. And then I have a Friday at 9 a.m. You want to do Friday at 9 a.m.? Okay. Okay. You are all scheduled. I am so excited to see you. I am so happy that you have decided to go on your healing journey. And just to give you some homework, I want you to buy yourself a journal, okay? It doesn't have to be any bigger than this, okay? And I want you to write down kind of how you're feeling during the week. You can write it down every day or as you're feeling something, but just try to like date it so you know like what day this stuff is coming and how you're feeling, okay? And I want you to bring your journal to our next session, and I want to go over it a little bit, okay? Does that sound good? Perfect. Well, it was so nice to meet you. I really hope that this gave you some clarity and you feel a little bit better, and I will see you on Friday at 9 a.m.